Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are back in Minecraft Dinosaurs. And today, we're probably going to have a little bit of a shorter episode, which means I actually have to stay on track for once, because I, for some reason, decided to do the Ankylosaurus enclosure today. That's not a small enclosure. Why did I pick that? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm a little bit busy right now. So today, well, I'm a little bit busy, but actually the more important thing is I'm recording this a little bit later than I would like to be. So, my goal is to be a little bit more efficient this episode. So I need to figure out where we're building this enclosure. I need to figure out how big it's going to be. We might have to go across the river for this one, I think. Or I have to start chopping down this forest, but I would rather do that on a video where I have a little bit more time at my disposal. Today, we're going a little bit more chill, a little bit less long. Actually, this might be the first time in a while you guys get a normal length episode. So, yeah, that's what's going on today. I do think we have to go across the river, which is, we're breaking new ground. That's actually kind of awesome. Hello, Lapis. Remember when I said that I had to not get sidetracked? Yeah, me too, but we're going to ignore that for a second. Oh, Lapis. Lovely, lovely. So many things still need to be named. I started looking into some names for the Aquila Lamna, because that's what's getting named next episode, unless somebody suggests something else. Like a name for a different dinosaur. Oh, one day I'm gonna have to build a bridge now. I knew we were gonna spread out at some point anyway. I just didn't expect it to be this quickly, especially considering I got that many enclosures on that small of an island in the last world. Oh, this is some wild terrain. That is a little bit concerning. We could do the enclosure down here, though. We could do the enclosure down here. Sort of like that, I'm feeling maybe is good? Yeah, I think... First off, that this zoo, is expanding quite nicely, and I am excited to start getting shops in there. And maybe that's what I should have planned for this episode. That would have been way better. Should have done that. Yeah, I think we'll do an enclosure here. If I head to the ground here, I sort of want to see real quick. What wood have I not used? Like, what sort of blocks have I not really used for an enclosure yet? It's actually a pretty diverse selection, which is nice to see. Need to cover up this hole at some point. I'm gonna check on our T-Rex. Hello, you're not gonna eat me yet, are you? No, you're not hungry enough. Lovely. One day you will try to eat me, because I still don't have the lab built, so we still don't have a chicken farm for feeders. I should collect the blocks for that off camera, but I need a lot of clay, so I want to find either a lush cave or a badland, which I'm sort of hoping maybe we'll see something this way. I'm noticing that there's a lot of warmer biomes over here, so I'm potentially, although there's also jungle up there, but usually you'll find warmer biomes closer to each other. That's not like a super hard and fast rule. Also should investigate this way a bit more. But it is generally how Minecraft's World Gen works. Okay, I said I wouldn't get distracted, and I'm doing a terrible job. Okay. Okay. Let's get the blocks for this enclosure. What are we gonna build it out of? Come on, randomly filled chests. Strike me with some inspiration. I'm not seeing anything. Ooh, Calamity. Calamity might look nice. Have I used Calamity already? I don't know if I'm that worried about it. Where's my Calamity saplings? Where are they? Right here. Okay. Let's sleep. Let's grab some bone meal. Let's get this into gear. Nope. Okay, let's grab the bone meal first, I guess. Bones, that'll do. We have the new nether blocks, but I don't think that's fitting for an Ankylosaurus enclosure. I feel like the lush greens will look really good. And how many jungle saplings do I have, actually? Jungle. 1, 12. Why are they in different chests? I'm going to take those with me, though. Not because we're going to use them for the enclosure. Well, we are going to use them for the enclosure, but we're not going to use them for the outside. That is going to be for the inside of the enclosure, because Ankylosaurus is currently theorized to have lived in sort of a subtropical forest region along with floodplains, which seems to be a common theme for where dinosaurs tended to live. That might honestly just be because that was good conditions for fossilization, though. Because, yeah, if things don't fossilize, we're less likely to suspect that they might have lived there. That is just how this sort of works. So we definitely find more things in areas that are good for fossilization. That's why, if you look into it, a lot of things are suspected to have lived in floodplains, for example. There are other examples, but it's very interesting. So why am I coming up here for anything? There's no reason for me to be up here. I have an idea, kinda, for how I want this enclosure to look. I think it's a good idea, but I think it's going to take these logs, and these logs tend to go away very quickly. Okay. The ground. Of course it's raining. You're not breaking out yet, Dorothy? Oh, Dorothy, wow, okay. Can you be sheared again? No, you can't. Mob was recently sheared. That was multiple episodes ago, though. It's the only one so far that can be sheared. And nothing happened when we did it. One day, we will get... There's the other one. There's our two Pachycephalosaurs. One day we will get the Elasmotherium and the woolly mammoth, but I want to have our Ice Age enclosures be in this snowy area, and I kind of want to set up like a monorail between the two. It won't actually work. Well, it will work. I will put rails in the minecart, but like a build of a monorail and a research facility and maybe an extension of the zoo. Because realistically, that's not that far away, so we could definitely do something actually interesting with it. But those are just my dreams and aspirations for this zoo. Keep in mind, I still haven't named the lab, so we're definitely... Oh no. That's not good. Okay. Where did I say I wanted this? Just here. So let's shape out one of the first enclosure... Well, actually, I probably... Oh, what did I open? Okay. Thank you, computer. I would probably put the bridge more over here, so this probably won't be one of the first things visitors would see upon coming across the bridge, although I do also see a world where there are multiple bridges, so... Alright. Do I feel like that's big enough for an Ankylosaurus? I do. I also feel like this rain is really, really annoying. And I would like to sleep through it. And it's a thunderstorm. We saw that, so we can sleep even if it is the day. Which is lovely, and I wish I could just sleep during the day anyway, so that I don't have to deal with sunrise and sunset in this game. Or more sunset, actually, than sunrise. I'm more annoyed with sunset. Alright. Back to my enclosure idea. Not falling does lead to a good start. Have I gone mining down there? Maybe not. Maybe I should one day. Maybe that's where I'll find the Pachyrhinosaurus DNA that I still don't have. To be fair, I didn't do any off-camera mining between last episode and this one. But the only DNA I don't have. How is that even possible? It is crazy to me that that is actually the case. Alright, I'm gonna begin building up a wall here. But I sorta want to create sort of like spikes. I don't know how to explain it. I sort of want there to be spires coming out of it all over the place. Is that even... That's not even a good way to explain it either. How do these logs look stripped? I sort of want to just leave them. Yeah, I think just leaving them will be fine. It's not that different of a texture. Actually, if I... Are any of these that different? Oh, that's really good for fake cactus, actually. Those don't look terrible. Those do. Those are fine. Do the mutant tree logs... Oh, they do look different. I liked them better before, and actually those will be really nice building blocks for that Arctic lab I referred to a couple of minutes ago. It was just the topic of conversation, even. And then I continued talking, because that's sort of what I do here. I talk a lot in hopes that it mildly entertains you guys. Hopefully more than mildly. Hopefully I'm doing a good job and you guys like it here. I am just gonna keep building this. If that horse doesn't leave the enclosure, I am bringing it to the T-Rex, by the way. T-Rex needs to eat, and I'm not one to judge. Once this is, like, technically tall enough that it's secure, then I feel a bit better about doing all of the visual extras, like adding the spires that I previously referred to. I'm gonna leave that there. You know what I should add? Oh, how am I gonna explain this without just going there and looking at it? You know, right near the Protoceratops enclosure, I have that sort of green space, you could call it, I guess? I think it would look really nice if I put a bench over there. You can make a really good-looking bench with just a couple of trapdoors, actually. So that's probably what I would do. It looks really good if you use, Oh, we don't have copper trapdoors. When were copper trapdoors added? What does copper have so far? Almost nothing. Was that 1.20? I have to wait a while before we can update to 1.20, so I'm gonna wait till the mod is out of alpha, like the update is out of alpha dev for 1.20 before we update. I do want to update. I think it'll be awesome to get my hands on a lot of the new blocks, especially copper. Trapdoors, apparently. Yeah, no, if you use copper trapdoors for... This is reasonably secure now, so I can do a little bit more with flare. Can make it look good and fancy and whatnot, and we're just gonna throw that there, and then I'm gonna teleport home, because we're gonna need another axe, because I'm gonna chop down a couple more trees. Don't worry, I'll be planting them fresh, and then chopping them down. Diamonds are... I need to fix this so bad. This is a terrible storage system that I refuse to do anything about. Alright, new diamond axe. There we go. Throw that in my back pocket. And let's get chopping. Here's the question. Yes, I can. I think this reduces the amount of wood that I get marginally. But this is gonna break the axe. Oh, it is raining wood. This is the superior way to deal with this problem. It is so much less time consuming, and I keep forgetting that I can do that with the tree chopping mod. I don't know how well it's gonna work for the entire area that I just created, but I will do as many as I can, because that's gonna save me a boatload of time. I can. Oh, this is gonna save me hours of chopping trees. This tree chopping mod is the best thing ever outside of, the dinosaurs. I've only used the paint mod that I have for one thing. What? Is that not what it's called? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Forgot that. Yeah. Only use this once. Do want to do more with it, because I think it's going to be very cool for details. Is this a cube? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 4. Close enough for my tastes. I don't want to deal with the torch. Is this going to break my second axe immediately? Probably not. How close is it going to get? Okay, it reset. I blame my mouse for that, honestly. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. That cannot be good for OBS's frames. There's just a second where nothing happens, and then all at once. Oh, but that is so much. That is so much wood. That is perfect. How's OBS feeling? OBS is feeling fine? Maybe they weren't feeling fine a minute. Maybe it wasn't feeling fine a minute ago, but, it's feeling fine right now. That's good enough for me. Yeah, that's not gonna... Then we're just gonna divide that. Divide that. Have 2 spare that I don't worry about. The ground. The trek. Yeah, we're gonna throw some jungle trees in this one. Because we're going for a more tropical vibe. Hello. I feel like you would benefit from some electroshock therapy. Oh, it actually worked! I don't think I have seen it actually summon the lightning yet. I keep using it on not creepers in hopes that it will do it one day. Oh, that was perfect timing. That was great. Oh, that is... It is night. Great waypoint name. Really proud of that one. Ankylosaurus egg. I'm just gonna grab that and... How's this achievement coming along? We're at 3. I know what all 3 of them are. Still haven't encountered a Phalosaurus, which is surprising to me. Because we've seen it fail, but it hasn't spawned anything every single time. While we do this, I'm actually going to hop down here. We're going to head into the Psittacosaurus enclosure. Hello, Simon. Yes, I remembered your name. You're doing good. You're happy. You're healthy. You are very alone, but I haven't gotten a second DNA of Psittacosaurus yet. Don't worry, it'll probably happen when I get the Pachyrhinosaurus DNA. I do have to be careful, because there's a village there, and a village there. We are surrounded by 2 villages. I don't know what the fate of those villages is going to be. I might actually just bring all the villagers down into the lab and turn them into employees, or maybe I'll have them be guests and I'll build them a little hotel. That could be really nice, you know? I don't know. We'll see what way I go for this. We had this waypoint for a reason. That was the reason. We're gonna go right here. I'm just gonna make all of this water, because that seems like probably the best level to do that at. That's what I was trying. That's where I was trying to place it, game. Thank you. Oh, that's filled. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love to see it. If I just place blocks here, that solves the problem. Nope. There we go. Ah, one more. Okay, we are back in business, folks. We have got the water and a slightly more secure thing. Okay, now these spires that I've sort of vaguely talked about wanting to do, I feel like if we go up, I have one job here, and it is to make this look remotely good so that you guys have faith in my building skills. So, no pressure, obviously. Why would I feel pressure about that? That looks absolutely atrocious. But I do not have time to, does that really look that bad? Maybe it looks better with more of them. Maybe I just need more of them, you know? Maybe that's all that I'm missing. I do not have time to make it look better today if it does look terrible, so that'll be a thing for future me to deal with. If this really does look as bad as I fear it does. Yeah, we're just gonna... And then I want the back to be where that more pulls to. Does that one look? I don't have faith in this. I don't have faith in what I am building here. I am actually a little bit... It looks better with two. It does look better with two. My only concern is that it just doesn't look that great in general. Like, that's sort of what I'm a little bit concerned about. Let's see that one. Because that one... you know what? It feels like something's missing between these two, though. And I don't have enough wood for that many of them. This is interesting. This is an interesting problem to be solving. It's not even a problem, it's, do I think that this looks good, or am I going to be redoing this later, potentially off camera? I don't want to be redoing it later, especially not off camera. I do like having you guys here when I'm doing things, but honestly, depending on how I'm feeling about this one, it might be one that gets upgraded a little bit off camera. See, here's my thought. Is this... I think it needs more. I do think it needs more, but I'm already taking longer than I wanted to. Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a bit late. But that's okay. That's okay. Gotta give the dinosaurs nice enclosures and, you know, yada yada. Okay. I do like it. I think it's growing on me. I think maybe it does need... It'll need tidying up. It will need tidying up. I think I want some smaller and some bigger spikes between these. I feel like it looks a bit blank and empty with there being such large gaps. And I think what might look really good for this, and maybe why I was so worried about it before, and by before I do mean under a minute ago, I think that this would greatly benefit from the tops being stripped a bit. I think that that would look a lot better than this currently does. I do think so. But honestly, as just a primary thing, just the start of it, I really can't go into building the entire enclosure today. Not because this one's big or complicated, but because I would like to be done a little bit quicker than I normally am. That is admittedly a lot of the reason that I'm sort of doing this a little bit more carelessly than maybe I should be. But ultimately, you know what? I'm okay with this. I am out of wood. That was almost the perfect amount of wood, actually. Conceptually, I do like it. How tall do these grow? That is too short. That is too short, but also it's actually okay if there's a couple that are that short. I have one sapling, so I should be able to get more. Plus, I know where some jungles are. Are we just gonna do the one wide ones? I feel like maybe I need one of these guys right here. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna grab more bone meal, and then we're gonna get one of those guys right there. Where is anything in this terrible storage system? I'll bring some bones with me. Ground. Is ground even? It's probably the best. Yeah, we're gonna get another bridge, I suppose. Hey! Our Dimorphodon is flying, like, really well, actually. He really grew into his wings. The other two didn't. I don't know where the Pteranodon is, and our Quetzalcoatlus is just completely dead. That is what happened to him. Okay, we're back. We got more bone meal. I am gonna bone meal up the ground a bunch. I didn't bring ferns! What's our Ankylosaurus gonna eat? I should have thought this through better. This is a tragedy. Okay, but no, I think just one tall one should be good. Because that also gets us vines, which can spread to a couple of the trees there. Then I'm gonna bone meal the ground, mostly for grass, actually. Not grass, flowers. Flowers, that's the thing that I wanted. And you know what? Let's make this look nice. And then, luckily, it's night, so I have to teleport back anyway, because our Ankylosaurus isn't gonna hatch in the night, because it is too cold. Let's grab my ancient fern spores. Let's take a nap. And then let's get the new dinosaur in here. This isn't a terribly lengthed episode, all things considered. But I am gonna work on that enclosure more. Maybe next episode, potentially it'll be off camera. I'll just tidy it up a bit, because I have more or less actually built it. This one I might do off camera. It's not going to be that interesting till I get to the roof, so I could do a couple layers of glass here and there. Just get that one actually worked on for once. I do like this. It looks sort of like a fortress, right? Which I think is fitting for an Ankylosaurus. I do think it is fitting. Ankylosaurus is sort of like a fortress itself, you know? Very, very strong. Very tough. And then these bottom ones, I'm just gonna... Okay, bone meal. Second, nope, that's not gonna give me one. Good thing I have bones. Yep, let's do this. Does it? Yeah, it does need another set up. Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure that I grow these around then so that that doesn't become a problem later. Alright, single fern spore. There we go. Good to go. I actually have 2. That's more than I need. Alright. Let's get them in. I think they're gonna love the new enclosure. I think I like the spikes. I think they just need to be... There needs to be more of them. They need to be tidied up a bit. And I might bring in some stairs and slabs just to make them look pointier and smoother is sort of my goal. I'll probably do most of that off camera unless you guys really want to see it. In which case, let me know in the comments. And while you're down there, if you have any name suggestions for any of the dinosaurs in this zoo, or the Ankylosaurus, I specify that one because that one's going to be brand new right now whenever this hatches. But yeah, if you guys leave a comment down below with a name suggestion for any dinosaur, then we can start getting these guys some names. I am looking into names for the Aquila Lomna, but I would still love user-suggested names. I would much rather use one suggested by one of you guys than I would one that I found. I have literally nothing right now. Just gotta wait for this guy to hatch. Wish I wasn't so hungry, actually, is my biggest complaint right now, because I can't run around. But I can get onto this tree, and I can practice my parkour, which I'm still not good at, as you guys will definitely know if you have seen any time I've played any adventure map, because every single time that parkour comes up, it is a gong show. Oh, alright. See, I'm not gonna miss this one. I missed lapses, and I'll never miss another one. I'm standing on it, though. That's probably not good. Come on. Hello. Okay, come on. You got like the... Yeah, there we go. You're happy. Alright, here is the information for anyone that would like to read it. Subtropical floodplain environment. That's more or less what I built. I didn't build it as much a floodplain, though. Mostly because I more went the subtropical route, because I thought that would be much more interesting. Oh, it is... Where is it? Where is she? Has she already escaped? No. No, she's over here. Where are you? Hello. This is dangerously close to being escapable. That's better. Hello, my friend. You are adorable. Okay, you need to help me do the outro, though. I know you're hungry, but you need to help me do the outro. Come on. Actually, you're not that hungry. You're doing fine. The T-Rex is hungrier than you. And she's doing fine. I should feed her. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day. And goodbye.